If you want to become successful, you really have to pay attention to successful people.
Correct.
Even the most successful athletes, even the presidents, the richest, the billionaires, diba? They're still learning. They still love to learn. You need to be hungry all the time.
Hindi dahilan kung ano yung sinimulan. Ang importante, ano yung pupuntahan.
Yes.
Correct.
You'll never know naman if para sa'yo yan or hindi kung hindi mo siya gagawin. With direct selling kasi, numbers is really important. It's the key. Minsan nga yung mga kaibigan mo sila
Hindi pa sila bibili sa'yo. Good morning everyone, I am Rad and your host and welcome to Rich Kid Mindset Podcast. This morning po or today, we are very blessed again. Of course, kakaiba itong negosyo na ipipicture natin. Sabihin na natin, hindi ito yung most common na ginagawa sa industry ng business right now. But ito yung industry kung saan din po ako nagsimula. No? Ito rin yung industry kung ano po yung mindset ko ngayon towards business and principle and character ko, dito siya na-develop. And itong business person na to, indirectly influenced me in so many ways. So, in business, and of course, following Jesus, di ba? so, hindi po siya directly na connected sa business ko, pero because of yung mindset niya to help other people and to be a mentor to a lot of entrepreneurs, indirectly, kinukonsider ko po siya as mentor namin. No? Ito lang namang negosyante na to is na picture sa Forbes Asia and Time Magazine. Oh, saan po pa po kayo? No? Again, our guest is si Miss Rhea Gudani.
Yay! Hello everyone! I am so blessed to be here, Rad. And I'm so glad that we're able to reconnect. I mean, we've been together. We've traveled actually together before, no? And tsaka, we really have this friendship. And it's nice that you just reconnected again. And I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to be here and to share my journey to everyone of your audience.
So basically, Rhea is more of for you to showcase ano ba yung journey mo.
Yes.
The principle behind Rich Kid Mindset is actually to inspire a lot of entrepreneurs
Yes.
or upcoming entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Of course, maraming nakakakilala sa'yo at ang nakikita lang nila palagi is the glamour of being successful and having a lot of leaders worldwide. 52 countries.
Yes,
di ba?
yes, 52
Imagine nyo po, 52 countries yung business niya na nagra-run, pero ang base niya po, Pilipinas. Okay? Kakaiba. Di ba? Sino ba ang merong negosyo na ganong kalaki, pero nasa Pilipinas ka pa rin? And she traveled the world for free. 5-star accommodations. Tama ba?
Yes,
So,
yes.
Rhea, paano ka nga ba nagsimula sa direct selling industry or business mo ngayon?
Okay, so, alam mo Rad, wala talaga sa isip ko magnegosyo. Kasi ang gusto ko talaga maging doktor. That has always been my dream. And I was born and raised in Zamboanga. And doon ako talagang nag-dream. Doon ako nangarap. And my mom also wanted me to become a doctor. So, at that time, nag-aral ako ng mabuti. No, I studied at Silliman University as a medtech, as a medical technology kasi gusto ko talaga maging doktor. I really wanted to become a successful cosmetic surgeon. Alam ko ano yung specialization pa na gusto ko. However, may nangyari sa family, Rad. I was faced with a tragedy. Yun, kaisa-isang tao na mahal ko, best friend ko, yung nanay ko, she was actually murdered. And dun talaga, I saw my world crashing down. Even my goals, even my dreams to become a doctor. Sabi ko, paano pa ako maka-move forward? How will I even start my life without my mom? I couldn't imagine. And yung pinaka-worst pa doon, I witnessed everything, Rad. Talagang nakita ko lahat. I was 19 years old. And that's something I would never wish for, you know, any person or any kid right now. Especially ngayon, yung mga kabataan, yung EQ nila, no? Mga not that strong, no? So, I would never wish for anyone to experience that. So, ang nangyari, nagdasal ako. I really prayed hard. And one of the blessings, Rod, is that I was raised in a Christian family. So, maganda yung support system ko. Biro mo, I'm an only child. Pinagdaanan ko yun at 19 years old. Mahirap siya, pero I'm so blessed. Hindi ako iniwanan ni Lord. In fact, I can see it as God gave me a second life. Because at that time that the tragedy happened, nandun ako. And I was the next victim, Rod, believe it or not. But God spared my life. And I knew for a fact that si Lord, may purpose siya sa akin. And even my family, even my lola who was still alive at the time, who took care of me, she really told me that, Rhea, God has a plan for you. And you have to discover that. So ako naman, that is the narrative, no, nasa mind ko na talagang may plano si God. So, I actually, hindi naman diniscover, pero talagang hinanap ko yon. I think that's the right word. Hinanap ko talaga yung plano ni God. And that's when I came to Manila, Rad, with only 500 pesos in my pocket.
Wow.
I'm from Zamboanga. I'm from Zamboanga. So, I came to Manila with 500 pesos kasi gusto ko talaga mag-aral and to continue my med proper. Kasi at the time, nag-pause ako for school.
Schooling.
Yeah, because yun nga nangyari sa mom ko and wala akong money at the time. And I had to go through the justice process of putting the person who is responsible of murdering my mom behind the bars. So at 19, pinagdaanan ko yun. Grabe. So, I had to pause college. And when I came to Manila, sabi ko, talagang itutuloy ko. So, gusto kong mag-aral as med proper. No, med proper. Kaya wala akong pera. Wala akong pera at the time. And I remember, I really prayed to God. Sabi ko, Lord, you spared my life. I think this is the time that you have to show me your purpose. And that's the reason why I believe in the power of prayer. Kasi talagang, you need to come and really ask God. And that's what I did. I really had to come and cry to Him and say, Lord, show me your purpose. And then I receive a call.
So, from 19-year-old, you have to, to take care of the case, no? And then, yung transitions to actually live your life, mabago yung buhay mo. Ito yung typical example ng hindi dahilan kung ano yung sinimulan or saan ka nanggaling. Ang importante, ano yung pupuntahan.
Yes.
Okay, so in your case, you use your pain para kahit papano mahanap mo kung saan ba talaga yung purpose mo. So, ito na yung may tumawag na sa'yo.
Yes.
At sino ang tumawag?
Oo. Alam mo, may kasabihan tayo, your past does not determine your future, right?
Tama.
And I believe I was looking for that promised future or promised plan that God has for me. So, ang nangyari, I got a call from my cousin. And he was inviting me to a business presentation, Rad. And at 23 years old, sabi ko, business? How can I even get into business? Number one, wala akong alam sa business.
Number one, wala kang alam.
Number two,
wala kang kapital.
Kasi
Oo,
500 pesos lang nga, diba? And that was the time na talagang I'm already fixed. My mind is fixed to be in medicine because I wanted to become a doctor. But sabi ko, wala naman mawawala sa akin if I just show up and see kung ano ba talaga yung business na ino-offer niya.
Check muna yung opportunity.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And the good thing, hindi ako close-minded at the time. I still gave it a shot. 'Di ba? Kasi imagine kung hindi ko pinuntahan yon. This is not the kind of life that I'll have right now. So, to cut the long story short, I went to this business presentation sa Ortigas. And the moment I went out of the elevator, nakita ko skincare, pangalan ng brand na isang company na hindi ko din alam kung ano yon, no? Pero dun ko lang nalaman that it was a very big anti-aging company based in the States, a billion-dollar industry, pioneering in genetics, lahat yan. And na-shock ako, Rad, kasi lahat nakita ko doon, mga lalaki. Eh sabi ko,
Pero
skincare. At
Pero
paano
skincare.
naman, lalaki, ano ba to? Anong nangyayari dito, di ba? So, I had to sit down and really find out why my cousin, who's actually an American citizen, who had a very bright future in the States, had to turn down this opportunity to do a skincare business. Dapat malaman ko, dapat makita ko yun kung ano nangyayari, no? So I sat down.
Na-intriga ka.
Oo, na-intriga ako, di
Wait
ba?
lang, ano bang ginagawa
At saka,
nito?
bakit marami puro mga lalaki? So, I sat down, I listened to the presentation, and dun ko na realize, no wonder why men are in this business. Because not only it's a real business, it's a promising, doable business, and it's like a shortcut. Wala naman talagang shortcut, no, if you want to become successful. But what I'm saying is that a shortcut to your path of
Getting the lifestyle that
getting
you
the
have.
lifestyle,
you want?
getting your dream. And I've seen that these men who were there are also successful at their own right. Hindi lang to basta-basta mga guys who just came from nowhere.
Correct.
These are people who have businesses, who run businesses, who owns businesses, who are, child of the owner of, a big real estate business. So, these are very credible people. And sabi nga nila, di ba, if you want to become successful, you really have to pay attention to successful people.
Correct.
So at 23 years old, Rad, yun yung ginawa ko. Alam mo, if there's one thing about me, I'm not the type of person who overthinks. Ako yung tipo na tao kapag gusto ko, gagawin ko, no question asked.
Analysis paralysis.
Yes. Kasi minsan, mga kabataan ngayon, they spend time overthinking. Well, there's nothing wrong when you overthink. Maybe, syempre, there are things that you really need to think about, pray about, diba? Sabi nga nila. But, it should not paralyze you. Diba? You should not
Kasi hindi
spend
mo
it.
madi-discover
Yes.
until you take action.
Yeah. I mean,
Diba?
di ba, sabi nga ni Nike, just do it. I mean,
Correct.
you'll never know naman if para sa'yo yan or hindi, kung hindi mo siya gagawin. So
Gagawin
ako
or not
naman,
try.
sabi ko, if these men can thrive in an anti-aging and skincare business, baka naman pwede ako dito kasi mas mukha ko anti-aging kaysa sa kanila. Di ba? Because
Mas
sabi ko,
credible.
Hindi lang. This is a women's world. And
Correct.
it's dominated by men. But I realize most of the skincare companies that are huge, that are making money right now, are owned by men. Why? Because it's the most profitable. I mean, nobody wants to age
Tama.
ugly.
Tama.
Nobody wants to age fast. People will really spend. And fast forward ngayon, di ba? I mean, a lot of people spend for, all this.
Diyan papasok yung pag pinanganak kang pangit, hindi mo kasalanan.
Oo.
Pag
Pero,
namatay ka ng pangit, kasalanan mo na ngayon.
Kasi ang dami ng technologies, 'di ba?
Ang dami ng solusyon.
Solution, 'di ba?
Solusyon.
Fast, instant,
Kumbaga.
'di ba?
Saka before, minsan pag nagpagawa ka ng parts of your body, kinakahiya nila. Ngayon binablog pa nila.
Flaunted,
Diba?
'di ba?
So,
di ko nga alam, pati nga yung freckles, ginagawa na. Ako, I was born with freckles. Ang tanong ng tao, real ba yung freckles mo? I've been asked many times about it. Sabi ko, real yan eh. Hindi ko alam na ano na pala yan ngayon.
kasi before, ang freckles is parang ayaw mo din.
Yeah.
Tama, ngayon, pinapalagay
Parang
na
it's
nila.
an imperfection. When
Correct.
you have freckles,
Correct.
it's an imperfection. Ngayon, kapag may freckles ka, totoong mestiza ka or totoong sabi nila maganda ka, sabi nila. But, this is what humans are creating, diba? But,
Saka before, yung mga ginagawa, like magpupulbos ka, kung lalaki ka, parang may question mark.
yeah.
'Di ba? Ngayon, yung grooming before, hindi
Yeah.
na siya grooming lang ngayon.
Yeah. Even,
'Di ba?
we call them metrosexual. Men are really taking good care of their skin.
Which is walang
In fact-
masama doon.
Yeah, in fact, my husband loves to take good care of his skin. In fact, every time I meet my clients, I talk about the products, tinitignan lang nila ako. But when my husband comes in, and the first thing that they say, anong ginagamit ng husband mo? Ang ganda ng skin niya.
You have to be
So,
the product of your product
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
'Di ba? Which is, yun nga, to start with, ikaw na yun mismo eh.
Yes.
Eh, lalagyan ka pa ng kung ano-ano. To enhance everything because
Yeah.
of the anti-aging. Alam nyo po, very passionate ako dun sa mga products kasi nag-benefits kami dyan. Not only about more of the cosmetic side, no, or the superficial, but the anti-aging capsules na iniinom ng pamilya ko for so long, doon nanggaling sa same company na yan.
Yeah.
And that anti-aging product has a clinical studies,
Yeah.
kaya hindi mo na siya ma-questions.
Ang maganda kasi sa mga product ngayon, Rod, is that non-invasive na.
Non-invasive, meron ng
You don't have to
third-party
break the bank.
validations. You
You don't have to spend a lot.
Too much.
Yeah. And then, it's a natural way to age.
Saka,
Diba?
they target inner.
Yes.
Going outside within.
Gene expression.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Gene expressions.
Yes.
Naku, kailangan nyo po malaman yung gene expressions.
Yes. Kasi,
diba?
before, ang alam lang natin, until the cellular level, diba, yung mga anti-aging.
Saka mga pahid-pahid lang before.
Hanggang cellular lang, yun, yun, absorption niya.
Parang
Pero
mapapa-order na ako nito ulit.
alam mo, gamit mo yan. Alam nyo, guys, hindi na lang kilala si Rod, pero siya yun one of the models before ng company namin. Kasi,
Maniwala man kayo or hindi.
Yes! Dapat ipakita mo mamaya yung picture mo noon. I mean, he was the walking advertisement. He was the walking billboard. In fact, hindi alam to ng mga karamihan. I used his photo to sell or to share a slimming program. Kasi si Rod before, may six-pack abs yan, believe it or
Naku,
not.
hindi maniniwala yung mga staff ko
Ay,
ngayon.
nako.
Tumatawa na nga sila.
Hindi, kailangan ibalik. Balik, alindog,
Pwede naman.
diba?
Diba? Pwede naman.
Rod? Yes.
Sige. So, kaya po sabi ko sa inyo, Rhea has a bigger influence to my business, no, not only in the direct selling, because of the products na share sa amin, and of course na share din si Lord sa akin. Yun yung isang blessing na hindi ko makakalimutan with Rhea. Actually, to share lang, 'di ba? Parang yung business ko before is parang pag ganun siya. Tapos nakikita ko yung team mo, parang hindi naman sila namumblema. Ano ba sikreto nila? Parang ganun. Parang fresh pa rin sila, may volume pa rin. Pero ako parang may volume na ako, hindi pa ako contento. Parang ganun. Until you invite me somewhere else.
Yes, I remember
Parang
that.
doon ko na-realize na,
You actually messaged me also at that time.
yun yung palang kulang ko. No? So, yun yan. So, nakita natin, yung pain ni Rhea, nagamit na yon para maging successful ngayon. Sabi nga nila, mabilis o kahit anong industry, basta't masipag ka at yung mindset mo is diretso, pwede kang mag-succeed. Ang questions na lang, sa pagiging successful mo, ano yung nabibigay mo sa ibang tao, na-share mo sa ibang tao. Ngayon, Rhea, sa industry mo, how many people kaya under your team?
Nako, I cannot count. I think it's countless, no? Pero kung we're talking about the people, the leaders that I've replicated and duplicated, no? Siguro sabihin natin, ito yung mga leader na talagang, alam mo, they're gonna stay whatever happens. Ito talaga yun, they will stick to it until, God calls them home. Para ako. Yun. I wanna say, I have branched myself out to, I think let's say 12. Because in my industry, Rod, and this is the wrong notion of people, akala nila kailangan mo maraming tao, marami kang kakilala, marami kang, members. Siyempre, maraming customers dapat, di ba? But just like Jesus, meron siyang 12 disciples. So I wanna believe meron din ako 12, the best of 12.
So,
Ito yung mga tao na talagang they're gonna stick it out.
Ibig sabihin po, yung 12, hindi lang po yun yung 12 na gumagawa ng negosyo. Ibig sabihin po nung 12, may kanya-kanyang malalaking grupo na rin po yung 12 na yon.
Yes, and they're like my family already.
Yes, so parang minamanage na lang is yung 12 na yon.
Yeah, and itong 12 na to, talagang we spend our youth together, mga single pa kami. Nakita talaga namin isa't isa how we grew.
Nakita nagdalaga. Nag-asawa.
Nag-asawa. Yung isa pa doon, married my cousin.
Kilala ko din yan.
So, nakakatuwa because, alam mo, sinasabi ko talaga sa lahat, yung business ko, God's will yan eh. Kasi di ba kapag God's will, good, pleasing, and perfect. Good meaning to say, it's morally right, nothing bad, nothing that will harm you. And that my business talaga ganon, no? And then pleasing pa, it pleases God. You know, wala naman akong ginagawa sa business ko na hindi pleasing kay God. And then, perfect. Mean to say, it's complete. No, it's complete and it has its purpose. And ang maganda lang doon because, you know, when God took away my mom, He replaced it with a big family. And ito na yung family ko, itong 12 sinasabi
So, yun
ko.
na yung naging purpose.
Yeah. Although, I can say, I have a big organization. Meron mga customers, may mga resellers, may mga brand affiliates. Pero, ito talaga yung 12. Ito talaga yun, they will stick it out for better or for worse.
So basically, people only see ano yung end product. Diba? Definitely in your journey, tama ba, 20 years na sa direct
20
selling?
plus years na.
Ha?
20 plus years.
20 plus
47
years.
na ako.
Yeah. 20 plus years, pero Hall of Famer, direct DSAP, Direct Selling Association of the Philippines,
yes.
3 times.
3 times.
Diba? From pain, tragedy to success. Pero during your journey, ano yung pinaka malaking challenge mo?
Okay, so when I came to Manila, wala akong kakilala dito sa Manila. I stayed with my aunt. So basically, when I said yes to the business, the opportunity, wala talaga akong warm market, no? And I started with cold.
Cold lahat.
Cold market. So I think that's one of the challenge kasi wala nga akong kakilala and I had to really go through a lot of rejections. Rad, diba? Siyempre, imagine mo, nakikipag-usap ka sa mga tao hindi mo kakilala and it's never easy. They're not responsive. Minsan, they don't want to talk to you. Akala nila you're gonna harm them or scammer ka. So, lahat yun, no? It was very challenging. But, ang tumatak lang sa isip ko, God has a plan. And if this is His will for me, maybe I have to go through it to strengthen me. And with direct selling kasi, numbers is really important. It's a key.
Tama.
Hindi pwede na kapag mag-direct selling ka or kung magne-negosyo ka, ay ang itatap mo lang yung mga kaibigan mo. Minsan nga yung mga kaibigan mo, sila pa.
Hindi pa sila bibili sa'yo.
Yeah, hindi pa sila bibili, hindi pa sila supportive sa'yo.
Or hindi pala kagad maniniwala sa'yo.
Yeah. Direct selling is just like any traditional business. When you open up a business, you don't open up because you have a market of your family and friends. I mean, you open up a business because alam mo may market sa skincare, may market doon sa mga tao na gustong pumayat, 'di ba? A lot of people are brushing their teeth, washing their face. That's the reason why you build a business kasi may market at hindi dahil yun kapitbahay mo, ka-close mo at gusto din niya ng skincare. I mean, that's not your thinking, 'di ba? So, ako, alam ko naman na may market talaga yung industry ko, yung skincare business ko. And I just really have to find my best 12 at the time. So, kinausap ko lahat. And marami akong rejections. Marami deception. Siguro yun yung pinaka-challenging. Attrition, yes. Marami. Excited to start. And then when after 2 to 3 months, nawala, parang bula.
Or minsan na-reject
And
lang.
then you've already invested
Diba?
your time. Yun yung pinakamakasakit. Kasi you've already invested your time. And alam mo, in my industry kasi, ang puhunan dito talaga is hindi pera, it's time. Because you really give your time to people. You build people eh. The way to
Totoo.
build the business is you build people.
Totoo.
And you spend time with them. You go out of your way. And, you know, one of the blessings is because at that time, I was single. And I didn't have to think of any responsibility. So I invested all my time. Ang naalala ko nga, when I had my own condominium already, lumalabas ako ng 10 o'clock, bumabalik ako ng 10 o'clock din.
Ng gabi.
No? Bakit 10 at hindi 7? Because at the time, I was trying to enjoy a little bit of that freedom na I won't be, I won't wake up from the sound of the alarm clock. So I can wake up at 10 a.m. Pero yung 10 a.m. Rad to 10 p.m., naka-invest yung time doon sa isang tao or 2 tao, 3 tao.
So, yun tinatawag niyang may protected time ka.
Yeah.
Tama. Yung pagising mo naman ng umaga, yun ang sinasabi nila na mahirap i-employ yung sarili mo. Kasi walang gigising at walang boss na magsasabi na kailangan mong gumising, kailangan mong magtrabaho.
Yes.
So it take actually a mindset
And a discipline.
a discipline and a bigger dream.
Strict discipline
Diba?
talaga.
I mean, it's hard daw to do business in direct selling kung you don't know what is your really why.
Yeah, that's true.
Tama?
It's not, sabi nila, ang direct selling kailangan, alam mo, marami kang kakilala, no? But the most important thing is, you have to know why you're doing it. Because many times it's gonna test you. Many times it's gonna challenge you. And kung hindi mo alam yung why mo, talagang hindi ka maglalast. And that's the reason why a lot of people start direct selling, network marketing, even if the industry is risk-free, the industry is very promising, wala talagang tumatagal kasi number one, hindi nila alam yung why nila, wala silang disiplina. Alam mo sa direct selling and network marketing, wala kang boss. Ikaw
Correct.
yung boss mo.
Boss mo yung sarili mo.
Yeah, if you don't have big goals, 'di ba? Wala.
Big goals na makakapagpabangon sa'yo.
Yeah, hindi ka
Diba?
talaga magbabangon.
Kasi masarap matulog eh.
Yeah. And
Diba?
the beauty about network marketing and direct selling is that you have invested your time sa mga tao and they're watching you and they're waiting for you. And talagang babangon ka para sa kanila because the good side about network marketing, which I really love, and you cannot find this in any traditional business, is the win-win. You know, before you become successful, you have to help others first become successful. Wala kang makikita na industry na ganyan. Normally, kapag traditional business, ang talagang iniisip mo yung sarili mo, diba? You cannot even help others because if you help others, they're gonna be your biggest competitor.
Precisely.
Pero dito, kung anong alam mo, lahat
Yun yung kailangan mo
ituro. Wala kang
Ibigay.
sikreto
Oo.
na i-hide. You've got to tell them what works for you. You've got to tell them what's working. And lahat ng alam mo kailangan, ituro mo yun lahat.
So from the younger Rhea, ano yung why mo? And ano yung why ngayon, the successful Rhea?
Nag-i-evolve yan.
Yes.
Siyempre, when you're young, I started the business when I was 23 years old. Siyempre, yun at the time, gusto ko.
Idealistic ka pa eh.
Oo. Maraming pera
Oh, yeah.
sa bangko, di ba? Siyempre, kasi when I came here, 500 pesos lang yung pera
Yung dala
ko.
mo.
At saka, ang mahirap sa akin, Rod, yung family ko naman, hindi naman kami poor. Hindi naman din kami ultra rich, no? But I think we're middle class. And because I'm an only child, naranasan ko talaga yun, masarap na buhay.
Maranyang
But
na
I was
buhay.
not spoiled. I wasn't spoiled. I was really trained to be independent. But I remember, yung kung anong gusto ko, nakukuha ko, no? Nabibili ko. I mean, nabibili ng mom ko for me. And I wanted that. No, I wanted that. But since wala na yung mommy ko, sabi ko, kailangan ko siyang talagang pagtrabahuan. I need to work for it. And syempre, when I made my first income, I bought a protection muna for me. An insurance protection. Yun yung una ko talaga. I
Nag-mature
remember.
na ba?
Oo. Ay, hindi pa naman. May dividends siya. Oo. Nagamit ko na ngayon dividends eh. Kasi sabi ng isang agent, pwede mo na gamitin yung dividends. Okay lang, dyan na lang muna. Hindi, pwede mo na gamitin. O, sige na. Kunin ko na. Hindi ako mahirap kausapin. So, kausap. So
more of
I enjoy the
lifestyle.
dividends. Yeah. And
muna.
then, I bought things that I want. Syempre, I'm a girl who likes clothes.
You're very young pa.
Yeah. I love branded stuff, bags, jewelries. Yung nga yung sinasabi ko eh. I started when I was 23 years old. After buying my first insurance protection, the next thing that I bought were jewelries. Bakit? Kasi mana ko sa mommy ko. Yung mom ko mahilig sa jewelries.
Mahal lang ng ginto ngayon.
Yun. And sabi ko nga, buti na lang, ang dami kong binili before.
Pati nga silver, mahal na
Alam mo,
ngayon.
when I was buying jewelries sa Green Hills, 750 per gram.
Ngayon
I
is
cannot really
how
forget
much?
that because my client who owns the jewelry shop, every time ako nakakapagbenta, yung profit
Yung
ko,
profit, binibili
retail
mo.
profit ko, binibili
diba?
ko.
Entrepreneur pa rin,
Oo.
diba? Bibili na lang ng para sarili, yung tubo, diba?
Yeah. Pero at the time, hindi naman natin alam na talagang gold will, boom like this
Pero the
right
idea
now.
na there's an item na
Yeah.
pwede mong pagkakakitaan, bakit naman hindi,
No,
diba?
I love jewelry at the time because it reminds me of my mom. Yun lang. I wanted something about her to continue to live in me. And sabi ko, my mom has always been a collector of jewelry. So, dami kong naipon na jewelry. Oo.
Mahal ng per gram ngayon.
Pero
Times
nanakawan
100
din
na
ako.
ba?
Oo, pero yung nanakawan ako, konti lang naman. But it's another lesson.
So, pag bata ka kasi, iba yung why mo.
Yeah.
Tama. Ngayon, nasabihin natin, you have, ako na magsasabi, thousands of probably leaders under you, no? Kasi nga, you have a business of 52 countries and iba pa yung leader. Pag leader po, ibig sabihin, they do the business. Pag consumer, bumibili lang talaga, no? Ngayon, na nandyan ka na sa status, of course, i-travel natin sila. Ano yung feeling na nasa Time Magazine ka or nasa Forbes Asia ka? Okay, balikan natin, Rhea. Ano ba at papano ka napunta sa Forbes Asia and Time Magazine? And ano yung nabago din sa life mo from the young Rhea to a Forbes Magazine entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Diba?
I want to just share this to a lot of young entrepreneurs. When you get into business, it's very important that you work with your goals. And dapat talaga may goals ka. Kasi kapag wala kang goals, you will be easily distracted. So ako kasi ever since before, I'm a goal-oriented person. Kapag wala akong goal, Rad, tinatamad ako. So kailangan ako may goal. So I started setting goals when I was single. And then, yun nga, when I got married, nag-iiba lang yung goal ko. Nag-iiba lang yung priority ko. Kasi before, yung priority ko, magka-bag, magka-relo, diba, magka-alahas.
Nag-a-upgrade.
Yeah.
Yung...
So, yun yung priority ko. Yun yung mga goals ko. Yun, when I got married, and when I had a child, syempre nag-iba na rin yun. Although,
of course, family na.
Nandun pa rin yun, gusto ko konting-konti, mga ganon. Pero iba na yung goal ko. Yung goal ko at the time was more of seeing my team, flourish as well. Kasi syempre hindi ko gusto na ako lang. Because it doesn't make you a good leader kung ikaw lang ang magaling, ikaw lang yun successful. Diba? Dapat yung mga kinulungan mo, they will be better than you.
O yung mga nagtiwala sa'yo.
Yeah, yung mga nagtiwala sa'yo.
Maging successful din sila.
Yeah, and they will also follow God's plan for them and purpose for them, because I'm sure God also wants to give them a life that is abundant. Promise ni God, diba? Sa Bible niya, He wants to bless us with an abundant life. When I say abundant, hindi naman pera-pera lang yan, no? A joy, time with family, peace of mind, that's abundance also. Contentment, tama ka, diba? So, alam mo, because whether my goals was evolving, I still really work with having a goal every month. And yun sa Forbes, sa Time Magazine, even dun sa DSAP, Direct Selling Association of the Philippines, those are just the products of the goals that I built. No? Or,
kumbaga add-on na lang yun.
Oo. Yun yung naging product. Kasi may goal ako, and then every goal, talagang I make sure, we call it goal getting. Hindi lang kasi goal setting ang importante, no, sa industry natin. Even you, I'm sure, in your traditional business, you have set goals. But you also want to get those goals. There should be a timeline, a deadline for that. And because may mindset ako na ganun, my habit, okay, I want to call it as a habit, naging result na lang yun. Nasa Time Magazine ako, nasa Forbes kami twice, no? And then, yung Direct Selling Association of the
Hall
Philippines.
of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. Nangyayari na lang yun organically and naturally. Because nga of the number of disciplines you had through your journey, because nga meron ka mga short-term and long-term goals.
From the simple goals na naging malaki na, tapos merong side goal, side reward. These are sino ba namang ayaw mapunta sa Forbes Asia, Time Magazine, diba? So, ang point lang is, you should have your goals, that's number one. And yung goal setting, importante. Marami kasing nag-goal setting, pero walang goal getting.
Yeah, tama yun.
And then,
Tama yun.
dun sa goal getting mo, kailangan siya may timeline.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
Yun yung minsan, sa traditional, hindi napopokus. I believe, the trainings that you have, 'di ba? You teach, aside from the mentoring, you have regular trainings. No?
Yes.
Itong mga trainings na to, paano ka na-build nito? Kasi when you started, of course, 19-year-old, 'di ba? 20-plus-year-old, wala ka pa masyadong
Alam.
backbone
Yeah,
or foundations.
yeah.
Paano nakatulong yung training ng company nyo right now kung nasan ka ngayon at kung paano mo nabibuild yung organizations mo ngayon?
Alam mo, may kasabihan, yung learning is lifelong yan eh. Hindi ka talaga pwede mag-stop somewhere. Even if you're really the most successful person, hindi pwede mag-stop ka to train yourself, to go to events and learn. Because even the most successful athletes, even the presidents, the richest, the billionaires, diba? They're still learning. They still love to learn. You need to be hungry all the time. And when I was, young, the first thing that I really committed was to show up in every training because I want to grow. And I don't want to stop growing. Sabi nga, it's either you're green and growing or ripe and rotting.
Anong masasabi mo na ang networking daw is a scam?
Well, I can't blame people because maybe that's what they experience, diba? But that is a very we have to debunk that belief. Kasi myth yan eh. If you really do your research, network marketing is very legit as a business. No, it's even a very doable business. I mean, it's open for everyone. Even wala kang experience, no, you can really do network marketing. But when you do network marketing, para kang naghahanap ng spouse. You need to have criteria to find the best company. Diba? Ano ba yung mga criteria to find, the best company? So, dapat, number one, may integrity yung company, no? May track record of success. I mean, don't join a company when it's new because gagawin kang guinea pig, right? And then, syempre yung products, titingnan mo if it really delivers, if it really impacts people's life, and if it really changes people's life, dapat ganun ka-strong yung product. Na tipo talaga, your life will change the moment you try it. And then of course, siguro talaga yun compensation plan. It has to be doable. It has to be not over-promising, but something that even ordinary people can make the money without compromising their integrity.
Okay.
Yes. So, when people say na scam sila, I think also because yun mga tao who actually, got them into the business doesn't really care about their success. Kumbaga, they just really wanted the money.
So ito yung mga nag-invest, tapos after mag-invest, hindi na rin nila nakita.
Yes.
Or hindi na rin sila nasuportahan ng
Yes,
kumpanya.
yes. I think-
So kaya parang masasabi
people
na
had
scam.
really a lot. I think when we talk about 100%, more than 50% of people were really scammed by business people who they were projecting and pretending to be, someone
Ito yung
who really
kita.
cares for them, diba? Pero they overpromise and underdeliver. So
Ayun,
it's so sad.
overpromise in terms
Yes.
of kung ano nga yung pwedeng
Yes.
magdulot ng negosyo
Yes,
sa kanila.
yes.
Okay.
And may mga company talaga also na, they don't have strong products. So you will really end up, recruiting people and you end up really making money through recruitment. And that's not network marketing. Network marketing or multi-level marketing or direct selling, you make money through real products. Products that work, products that really deliver results, products that really makes an impact that changes lives. So, yun yung difference between a scam and a real legit network marketing. Again, you have to have criteria.
You have to check. You have to
Yeah,
check the
you have to do
background.
your due diligence.
What is
Yeah.
the product, diba?
But you know what I did, Rod? When I said yes to this company, and even after 20 plus years, this company is still there. Kasi may integrity talaga, may track record. I wrote down the things or the criteria that I'm looking for in a company. Just like a spouse. Diba? When you write down the criteria for a spouse. Kasi gusto mo long-term yung relationship mo with your spouse. The same thing with the company. You want to have a long-term.
Mahirap naman palipat-lipat ka
Yes.
kasi you start all over again.
Yes. Wala kang mastery. And mahirap to start all over again with a new company and new product. Kasi ibang culture.
Correct.
Ibang, mastery ang kailangan mong, to study ibang products, diba? So,
Saka I believe having the 52 countries na nagsaserve yung company, para mahirap ata siya maging scam din.
yes, yes.
Diba?
And our company is traded in the New York Stock Exchange. That's also the most important thing. Dapat yung company mismo has third party,
Third-party validations
Validation.
kung gaano ka-legit
Yes.
yung company.
Yes.
So, pareho lang ba ang network marketing, franchising, dealership, and multi-level marketing? O pare-pareho lang sila, iba lang yung pangalan?
It's similar because it's a movement of products. But when you say kasi distribution, it's one way. Diba? You buy wholesale, you sell retail, you distribute. When you say multi-level network marketing, nanganganak yun eh. No, may duplication. And the more you duplicate, the more you make money kasi may mga royalties yan. Right? So, it's similar, but it's just a different way of
Sure, iba lang yung strategy
how
and
products
system.
go to you and how
Okay.
you're gonna get paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totoo ba na nagta-travel kayo for free pero ang mga tinitirahan ninyo ay talagang malalaking yate, 5-star na hotel? Paano nangyayari to? At ano yung experience mo?
Yeah, different companies, they have different ways of rewarding their distributors, no? I'm just so fortunate that in our company, aside from the fact that they really pay a lot, I want to believe that, they're the company who pays the highest commission to their distributors. They also really give incentive travels. And etong travels, these are all expense paid. Yes, it's free. But of course, you work for it naman also, di ba? So, totoo yun, no? Na talagang lahat, 5-star hotels, yung mga pagkain, masasarap, no? But the thing that I really appreciate about these trips is you actually travel with your team. And your team is really like your family. And you build wonderful memories. Talagang every trip na meron na kami ng husband ko, talagang I still remember all the beautiful memories I have with each of my team, and even their kids. Their kids join our travels. Even our kids get to play together. They get to see each other grow up. So yun yung na-appreciate ko sa mga free travels namin.
Can you describe lang, Rhea, ano yung isang travel na sinasabi nila na 5-star travel or 5-star accommodations? Kasi, of course, marami ng piso pair ngayon, tapos marami mga 30%, 20%. Ano ba yung difference niyan?
Syempre, number one, we don't fly budgeted airlines. Yung airlines namin, yung mga top airlines talaga. And then, of course, when you arrive in an airport, talagang meron ka na talagang...
May banda bang sumasalubong?
Hindi naman, pero there is really a bus waiting for you, tour guides waiting for you, and everything is so organized, no? And then, they'll take good care of your baggages. Hindi mo na kailangan karga-kargahin yung mga baggage
Pagdating mo sa room mo,
Yes, I mean, everything is organized, and the food is really overflowing from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Ang nangyayari talaga every time we travel, tumataba kami. Kasi talagang overflowing yung food non-stop, no? Our recent travel was in Greece. We actually traveled in Santorini, Mykonos, Rhodes, yung mga islands doon. And ang ganda talaga because yung food sa cruise is overflowing. Even nasa room ka na, may self-service pa. Pwede kang pumili, no? Yung menu nasa screen, nasa TV. No? Ganon. And then, what else? Of course, they give you mga gifts. Okay? Our company loves giving gifts. Nag-travel ka na for free, meron ka pang mga remembrance, yung mga tokens, no? And eto lahat, kinokollect namin ng husband ko. We have like a one big cabinet. Nandun lahat ng mga gifts ng company namin every time we travel. So, these are all memorabilias.
I mean, maraming nagkukwento, maraming nagsasabi, mabilis daw talagang yumaman sa network marketing. Bakit ba?
Yes, mabilis, but not everybody experience it because you need to be a leader of integrity, no? Kumbaga, people join you, Rad, because they trust you. And trust is very important when you are in this kind of business. Kung walang trust, walang bibili sa'yo, and no one would want to partner with you, okay? Now, ang maganda sa network marketing because it shortens your path to success. What takes 50 years to get to your dream lifestyle or to be able to retire, right now, you can short it down or break it down or, shorten it to 10 to 20 years. So, ganun ka bilis yumaman. Pero, when sasabihin mo yaman, it's not only about money. Diba? Meron kang maraming money. You've earned so much in this industry. Pero kapag yung integrity mo naman nasira, diba? You can lose everything.
Tama.
No? You can destroy everything that you've worked hard. And sad to say, yan yung nakikita natin ng mga ibang leaders na ginawa nila, no? And that's the reason why, at the end of the day, people think they were scammed.
Ito yung minsan paulit-ulit ka na lang may ginagawa.
Yes, it's because, the leaders were not really there for helping people. They were there to just enrich themselves. And if you join an industry like this, it's not just about you, Rad. It's about people. This is a people business. You've got to care enough.
It's about the people that you change your life.
Yeah.
Indirectly, kahit papano, na-change din yung life mo.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Nowadays, Rhea, crisis tayo ngayon, diba? May gera, ang taas ng gasolina. Sa tingin mo ba, this is the right time to do network marketing?
Yes. Definitely yes, without blinking of my eye. Not only right now, during COVID also.
It's a pandemic-proof business.
Pandemic,
Yeah.
diba? Ang daming network marketing companies nag-thrive. No? Because obviously, it's risk-free and network marketing companies are able to operate in their homes, all the leaders and distributors. So talagang it was a recession-proof, pandemic-proof type of business. And right now, it's the best time to really be involved in a direct selling and network marketing because right now may mga AI tools na, 'di ba? Before talagang ikaw dapat invento ng sariling script mo. You have to think of your script, your approach, lahat, no? Kailangan mong yung pag-isipan yung mga ganun na bagay. But right now with the AI,
mas napapabilis na yung paggawa.
Mas mapapabilis. Okay. You can even, type in ChatGPT, ano yung script mo, anong dapat sabihin mo, ano yung mga hook mo, especially if you're using social media. And of course, with the power of social media right now. Diba?
Mas mabilis na ang marketing mo because there's social media.
Yes.
And mabilis na yung paggawa nung collaterals mo for marketing kasi may AI na nga.
Yes. And the nicest thing about network marketing, wala talagang risk, Rad. Wala ka namang puhunan dito. Yung puhunan dito is laway oras mo. Yun lang.
Laway.
Yeah, laway mo lang. With money, you just buy products. Kasi like our company, there's no joining fee. You just really have to be the walking billboard.
Sign up na ako ulit.
Buy the products, use the products, and yun lang, 'di ba? And ngayon, if people are looking for a little bit, just a little bit of certainty, wala naman talagang certain sa mundo, right? I really suggest that they have to explore this industry, direct selling and multi-level marketing. Kasi ang pinakamaganda din sa network marketing, may mentors ka. Hindi ka nag-iisa. Diba? If you find the right company, if you partner with the right company, I'm sure the people who are involved there are the leaders with strong integrity, with strong characters. And they're the people who can really mentor and lead you. Because, not only that they don't make compromises, but yung character development nila, yung foundation nila is very strong within. Yeah.
Actually, totoo po yan, no? Yan yung difference ng network marketing because there is a training. At the same time, anong difference niya for traditional business? pag traditional business,
Ikaw lahat, diba?
mag-isa ka.
Yeah.
Kung may challenges ka, bahala kang mag-emote dyan,
Yeah.
gawin mo anong kailangan
Yeah.
mo. But in network marketing or in this kind of industry, you have really support group.
Yeah.
Diba?
I love the community.
And you you have a
The community
that they
is
have the
very
same
important.
mindset.
Most of the companies that sabi nila scam, wala talaga silang community eh. I mean, they're just really there for money making, and they don't also have strong products. But those companies that are really built with track record, they really have very rich community. No? Talagang a thriving community that's gonna be there to applaud you, cheer for you, praise you, celebrate you. Yeah, that's what I love about network marketing.
So sa tingin mo, Rhea, bakit nyo na-attract yung mga lawyers, doctors, business owner, child of owner, CEOs? These are successful people na, and then they venture pa rin to network marketing.
Yeah, our team is called the League of Professionals kasi iba-ibang backgrounds ng mga tao, no? Wala talagang pinipilian, whether you are a professional, you're just a fresh grad. I started when I was a fresh grad, or, a stay-at-home mom. I mean, walang pinipili. You can really do this as long as masipag ka, may goal ka, coachable ka. Because it's very important also, like I said, diba? These professionals has to really trust you. They don't only join you because they like the product, because they also trust you. They like you, they trust you, and they see that you can really help them get to their goals and become more successful. Parang nakikita nila, this is the person who can help me go from point A to point B. No? So, kaya we're able to attract. But again, you need to be, number one, a solid company with track record of success. You need to be a company that is well validated by third parties. You need to have a very strong culture of force for good, which means that you're motivated with love. That's the kind of culture, okay, that will attract this kind of people. And of course, the leader is the most important.
Pwede rin kayo nakita nila ano yung lifestyle ng leader.
Pwede rin, no?
Kaya sila na-motivate.
Yeah. Pero minsan kasi, the lifestyle can be deceiving. Kasi isang leader, may lifestyle siya, pero wala naman siyang character. 'Di ba? Parang siguro nakuha niya yung lifestyle niya by deceiving people, right? At the end of the day, it's the character of the leaders. Dapat yung leader, may fear of God. Talaga, Rad. Kasi kapag may God-fearing ka, takot ka to compromise. Doon na lang tayo sa word compromise. Hindi na tayo pupunta doon sa black and white, di ba? Doon na lang tayo sa magko-compromise ka. Takot ka eh, kasi alam mo, somebody's watching you, di ba? And this ultimate person who's watching you is the one who's gonna reward you eventually, di ba? For me, siya yung ultimate upline eh. So talagang, yun yung hindi nakikita ng ibang tao. Akala nila, it's the company who will make them successful, it's their upline who's gonna make them successful. But eventually, it's just really God.
Sabi nga nila, may dalawang type daw ng money. The angel's money and the
Hindi ko alam yan. Ngayon pa lang
demon's
yan.
money. No?
Narinig.
When you say angel's money, you do business, you help other people. That's angel's money or good money. When bad money, or the demon's money is you do business pero naloko ka ng tao.
Oo.
So
Totoo
yun
yan.
daw yung angel or good and bad money.
Kaya it's so sad that every time, people mention network marketing, minsan mga tao talagang may stigma na sila. No? Because,
Hindi natin sila masisisi.
yeah, hindi natin
Doon sa
masisisi.
industry na meron, na simulan yung iba.
Yeah.
Diba? Ito, another questions ko sa'yo. Nagpapakita rin ba kayo ng mga Jaguar, mga ganyan?
No, we don't do that. Well, I don't really wanna talk bad things about other companies who does that. But for us kasi, what we really showcase is the people, the number of people that we really help transform lives, no? And yun, time freedom. Kasi dun pa lang, panalo ka na dun eh. 'Di ba? Yung time freedom na talagang you can see your kids grow up, you can be in the soccer games of your kids. I mean, you can be a wife, a supportive spouse, and yun yung pinapakita namin. Pinapakita namin yun, the joy, the fun of having a community that supports each other, that celebrates you. Kasi bihira na lang yung ganun yung mga tao na talagang they're happy because you're successful. Yeah. Although, naintindihan ko naman yung mga iba nagpa-flaunt, nagpa-flash kasi may ibang tao talaga, they're more, gusto nila makita kung ano
yung
na-achieve
narating,
mo.
diba?
Diba? Narating mo. No? So, maybe they flaunt. Pero kasi, yung travels namin is also what we showcase. Kasi yung travels, yun yung memories. Diba? Yun talagang, it's gonna stay at the core of people's heart and mind. And yun yung priceless. So, ang pinapakita namin dito, yung mga priceless na bagay na hindi mo makukuha. Kasi yung kotse naman, obviously, you can, buy and flaunt it. And I learned this from my husband, no? When we do network marketing or when we are in this business, we're not here to, flaunt worldly materials, diba? We're here to really flaunt the name of God, the name of Jesus. So yun parang ginawa na namin ministry.
So yung business talaga, ito yung ministry na ninyo. Kasi 'di ba, yung iba ang ministry nila, sila yung choir sa church, sila yung nagko-collect sa church, 'di ba?
Yes.
So sa inyo as an entrepreneur, your ministry is to transform the life and to guide these leaders or distributors that you have.
Yes. Well, I'm not saying that flaunting Jaguars are bad. Kanya-kanyang style yan no? But for me and my husband, we have a calling. And dun kami magpo-focus sa calling namin. And that is to really make Jesus known through our platform, our business. Yeah.
Okay. Amen. Okay. Next. Ito na. Rhea, anong mas importante? Diploma o diskarte?
Both. For me, both. Kasi yung diploma, foundation mo yan. Hindi naman pwede wala kang diploma, di ba? Pero at the end of the day, diskarte, importante din. Kasi yung diskarte, ito na yung showcasing of your life skills, di ba? Dito mo pinapatunayan ng sarili mo na kaya mo at, you're very creative, resourceful, di ba? So, no, I will have to choose both talaga. Both diploma and diskarte is very important for someone to become successful.
Pareho tayo dyan. Parang both nga. No, for me, kasi naging backbone mo pag graduate mo, kahit paano meron kang tindig.
Yes.
Diba? And then of course, yung yung natutunan mo sa school, diba? Yan yung magdadala sa'yo how to talk with people. Diba?
Correct,
So,
correct.
parang may foundations ka.
Yeah.
And then yung
A strong
diskarte,
foundation.
yun naman nagpo-fuel sa'yo.
Yes.
Para gumalaw ka ng gumalaw. So, sa akin din, both ako dyan. No? Ito naman, income o mental health?
Mental health, syempre.
Bakit?
Diba? I mean, you have to really protect your mind. Your mind is the most powerful, I think, part of your body. No? Siya talaga yun siya talaga yung nagko-control ng decisions mo, choices mo, moods mo, no? And very important, you have to protect your mind. I always tell this to people, the biggest war that's happening is not between the US and the Iranians. It's really in your mind. What's going on in your mind. And that's the reason why I always tell people, you have to declutter once in a while. Diba?
Saka yung situations nandyan na yan.
Yeah.
Ang tanong na lang, paano ka mag-move, paano ka pa rin mabubuhay despite of the situations?
I think when you have a healthy mind, you're able to do more good. You're able to, contribute to society. And if you can do that, then obviously the income will just follow. I mean, mental health is very important also to make an income. Diba? Minsan kasi may income ka, pero talagang, your mental health is already disrupted.
Hindi mo rin ma-appreciate kung ano yung meron ka.
Totoo
diba?
yun.
Kung
Totoo
distracted
yun. And
ka.
you're bothered, diba? Wala kang
Correct.
peace of mind.
Tsaka hindi ka probably objective din mag-decision.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, Rhea, syempre maraming magsasabi na, ang tagal na kasi ni Rhea, successful na yan eh. Marami na siyang narating. Kumbaga, or nakapagbangko na siya, nakaipon na siya. Kaya madaling sabihin na may time freedom para sa mga anak, diba? Anong pwede mong ibahagi sa mga manonood sa atin, especially yung mga bata, na gusto rin magnegosyo?
Okay, first of all, like what we mentioned a while ago, you need to know your why. You know, very important, you have to know your why. And ako kasi, you know, I'm very bold of my faith and I'm very bold to say that ang nagbibigay sa'yo ng direksyon sa buhay is si Lord talaga. And you have to seek Him. That's why in the Bible it says, seek Him first. Diba? Seek Him first and seek first the kingdom of God and everything shall be given to you. Diba? So, sa mga young generation ngayon, I know this is very challenging na talagang to put God at the center of their life. Kasi syempre, ang dami na social media, distraction and everything. Parang yung mundo ngayon, yung Diyos nila is yung social media, yun approval, 'di ba? Yun mga ano nila ngayon eh. Yun hinahanap-hanap nila ngayon. Pero ako, sinasabi ko talaga ito. Hindi mo malalaman yung purpose mo. And you will never live an abundant and fulfilled life if you do not follow the path God has for you. So first and foremost, you have to seek God. Ask Him, Lord, ano ba talaga yung purpose ko? Where do you want me to bloom? Plant me where you want me to bloom. Diba? Give me clarity, wisdom. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Kasi yun din yung prayer ko before. I remember it, Rad, no? Yun, syempre gusto ko maging doktor. Pero pinag-pray ko talaga, Lord, ito ba talaga yung gusto mo sa akin? Kasi kung hindi, tanggalin mo na sa heart ko. And true enough, when I went to that first business presentation, I fell in love already. Kasi pinag-pray ko na ahead of time. Diba? So the same thing, sinasabi ko din sa anak ko, no? You know, in this generation, talaga ang hirap. Ang hirap talaga. But if you put God in the center of your life, you seek Him first, lahat na gusto mo, na alam ni Lord na it's for your best, ibibigay niya yun sa'yo. Kasi binigay din niya sa akin. Binigay din niya sa akin. So, yes, the time freedom, these are just bonuses. You know, the house, all this luxury. This is also the bonus of God kasi gusto ka din niyang to enjoy. He also wants you to enjoy, right?
Yun yung blessing niya sa'yo.
Yeah, but these are bonuses. The true blessing is you are at the center of His will. And yun yung gusto natin sa mga kabataan ngayon. The young generation right now, they should really make sure that whatever they're doing in life, they are at the center of God's will. Kasi kapag nasa center ka of God's will, you are unstoppable and walang makakaharang sa'yo. And whatever challenges, kasi hindi naman ibig sabihin na you are at the center of God's will, wala ng challenges. May challenges pa rin, pero kayang-kaya mo siyang i-overcome. Because God has already equipped you as well.
Rhea, sa tingin mo ba, kanina banggit mo yung EQ or emotional quotient, tama ba?
Tama.
Sa tingin mo ba, in directing the children's to our Lord, it will help also to fix kahit papano yung emotional quotients ng mga bata?
Definitely. Kasi yung reliance nila, nasa kay God, hindi sa sarili nila.
And natututo silang maging kontento kung ano yung binibigay sa kanila.
And
tama ba?
The good thing kasi about kids as early as now, not even kids, let's just say adults, no, who is finding their way, navigating their way in life, and they don't know what to do, no? Hindi nila alam kung ano ba talaga gusto nila, tahakin sa buhay, they don't know their direction, kung saan man sila. It's very important for them to encounter God at this time. Because doon lang talaga nila malalaman, ay, totoo pala. He is alive. And He's present in our lives, diba? Sorry ha kung nandito na yung natin, dito na yung direction. Kasi I'm very vocal of my faith.
Hindi, wala namang okay naman siya. Walang problema doon. Actually, ako kasi naniniwala ako na pag hindi siya binigay sa'yo ni Lord or hindi talaga siya para sa'yo, mahirap siyang makuha at marami kang masyadong frustrations.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's not really for you. Pinipilit mo lang. Kaya ka na-stress.
Correct.
But if you understand na yung contentment sa mga bagay na nasa iyo, mas nawawala yung frustrations mo. Diba? Kasi nga, nililip mo na siya sa Kanya.
At saka meron, there's this beautiful verse that I always use, no, as a caption or talagang, as a sharing, no, that I always share, yun, 1 Corinthians 2:9, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. So kung intindihin mo yung verse na yon, yung promise na yon, hindi mo ma-imagine kung ano prepare ni Lord sa'yo. 'Di ba? Mismo yung eyes mo, yung ears mo, yung mind mo cannot even, imagine and conceive. Because malaki talaga yung purpose ni God and malaki talaga yung gusto niyang ibigay sa'yo. The blessing, the favor, 'di ba? So, I always say this is the reward of, being at the center of God's will. Kasi, yung God's will is always good, pleasing, and perfect. So, imagine yung journey mo, yung path mo, even with challenges, but because you are at the center of God's will, everything will be good. Everything will be pleasing to God. May approval. Kung what is pleasing, yung may approval si Lord. Yung ginagawa mo na yun, may approval. Kaya love na love ko yung business ko kasi alam ko, may approval si God dito. No? At saka hindi ko talaga siya pwede iwanan until God says so. Diba? And then perfect. When I say perfect, wala namang perfect, pero complete. Yung purpose ni God para sa'yo, na-fulfill.
Binigyan ka ng vehicle kung saan ka makakatulong ka, mapupulfill yung gusto niya sa'yo.
Yeah.
At yung makakatulong ka din dun sa purpose niya sa ibang distributor mo.
Yes.
To guide them.
Yeah.
No? So, sabi nga natin, you have everything na.
Hindi
Sabi
naman.
natin.
I don't wanna believe that. Kasi kapag iniisip mo yon, entertain mo yon, parang, you have nothing to look forward. And I don't like that. So, I always say, no, I don't have everything.
So, sige. Ano yung biggest win mo sa negosyo mo?
Seeing my team succeed also, biggest win ko talaga yon. Hindi nila alam yon. Pero every time I see them, naging emotional ako. Kasi sila talaga, when I see them succeed, win yun sa akin. Parang, ang sarap. Kasi it's like, they're my children and you want the best for them. On the other hand, it's also heartbreaking when you see them lose their vitality and their love for what they're doing. Kasi alam ko may purpose si God kung bakit sila nandyan, but they quit too soon. So, it's hard. It breaks your heart. Pero at the same time, it's a win because I get to know them. Bigyan mo ako tissue kasi yun makeup ko. Ako lang nag-makeup sa sarili ko. Joke lang. So, yun. But the biggest win is I get to meet them in this lifetime. And of course, my biggest win is my family. You being a present wife and a present mom, it's priceless, Rod. We are in an era right now na I don't want to judge parents, no? Pero may mga absentee parents kasi inuuna nila yung trabaho nila, 'di ba? Pero hindi mo naman sila ma-blame kasi wala naman din silang option, 'di ba?
Ngayon may options na sila.
Yeah,
I think
obviously.
upon seeing napapanood nila ito, na may ibang options na pwedeng subukan, na hindi ganun kalaki yung risk na kailangan. Kasi kahit sa bahay ka pwede mong gawin.
Correct.
May social media ka, marami ka naman sigurong kaibigan o pwede kang marami. Ngayon, ang dami-daming Facebook groups na pwede mong i-post kung ano mang business na meron ka.
And of course, one of your business, di ba?
Yeah.
Na tinutulungan mo yung mga ibang nasa industry natin to really, be viral and you help them with their branding. So, marami na ganyan. When I started, walang mga ganyan So, talagang yung proseso
actually, di ba bawal pa nga
mahaba.
mag-post ng brand before
Oo.
Di ba?
Totoo.
Magpo-post ka ng capsule, walang pangalan, di ba? Parang ganun kahirap ang social media noon. Ngayon, medyo talagang accepted na.
And that's the reason why I always say, this is really the best time. The best time to be in this industry. Talagang ang kailangan mo na talagang gawin, ang challenging na lang talaga dyan is anong company. Kasi sa dami-dami ng company, you've got to be wise, you've got to be smart, and you've got to use your heart and your mind in choosing one. Dapat hindi ka nabibigla lang sa nakikita mo. Dapat you do your due diligence at pinagpe-pray mo talaga, Lord, ano yung tamang company na pwede ko i-partner?
Sa isang, in one word, Rhea, ano yung dasal mo?
Pwede dalawa? Bakit more? Kasi, bakit isa? Ang dasal ko, first and foremost, yun, a lot of people will come to know the Lord and have a loving relationship with the Lord. Kasi dun talaga nagbago yung buhay ko eh. I mean, before, yes, I had the success, but I still felt empty. Although I was already brought up in a Christian family. I'm a third generation Christian family. Pero there was a time hindi ko talaga prioritize si God sa buhay ko. So, may emptiness, no? So, but when I really prioritize Him, grabe yun, yung fulfillment, grabe yung joy, yung contentment, I can say I'm very content right now, but that doesn't mean I'm satisfied because marami pa ako assignments pinapagawa ni Lord. Iba yon, yung contentment and satisfaction. So, yun yung dasal ko, that people will come to the saving knowledge of our Lord and Jesus Christ and for them to have a loving relationship. And second,
Two-word eh.
two-word sentence na nga eh. Kasi naman,
Akala ko
ang
two-word,
prayer,
word
wag
peace.
na. Wag na, i-sentence na
Okay.
natin, no? Yung isa yun, the Philippines deserve justice. Yun talaga pinagpe-pray ko, Rad. Kasi, ang Pilipinas, talagang we're rich as a country. Yes. Resources natin, ang gaganda. Even our islands natin, mga beaches natin, mga virgin pa yan, no? Kaya lang talaga, it's the leadership. And I really pray na sana man lang the Lord will intervene na. And talagang, yung mga leaders na nangurakot.
Na may takot sa Diyos.
Oo, nangurakot.
Diba?
Hindi lang yung nangurakot and who really stole people's money. That they will be accountable for. And that they will really pay it na. They have to go to prison, Rad. I mean,
Tama.
we can forgive. But they have to pay it. Because the Philippines deserve better leadership. We are a rich country. We have to claim that. And we are a Christian, country. And dapat, God is blessing us. Pero, God cannot bless us because we're also hard-headed. Talagang sinabi na nga choose your leaders. Pero tayo talagang, we don't use, our mind and our heart in choosing our leaders. So, may mga consequences. So, my prayer is, finally, we will have a good leader one day, and all who stole the money of the Filipino people, they will go to jail. I don't know if okay lang ba yung sabihin?
So, another question. Lenny o Sarah?
Oh my gosh! Wag na!
Mag-bash pa sila.
Oo, mag-bash pa ako.
Meron ba talagang retirement sa isang negosyante?
My husband taught me this, no? Kasi, of course, before, when I was young, sabi ko, okay, hanggang 40 lang ako, hanggang 45 lang, and maglilo na ako. Talagang, I just enjoy, no? But when I married my husband, Ryan, he said to me that, when you're a Christ follower, walang retirement. Kasi, yung platform mo, no, you use it as your ministry. And until your last breath, you have to be sharing, the love of Jesus. So, that's the reason walang retirement.
Okay.
So, since ginamit namin tong business as our platform, so, hindi kami magre-retire. So, we will continue doing what we love to do, and that's, sharing Jesus in what we do, no, in our lifestyle, in our way of life. Yon. So, walang retirement. For
Okay.
me.
Ito, last question. Kung mamimit mo uli,
Papakainin mo ako. Joke lang.
hindi, ito last questions na ito. Kung mamimit mo yung mom mo ngayon,
Oh my
ano
gosh!
ang gusto mong sabihin sa
Nakakaiyak
kanya?
naman yan! Yung makeup ko, Rad! Grabe! Oh my gosh! She raised me well. She raised me well. And the reason I am who I am today, because of her. Her memory continues to live in my mind. There's not a moment na hindi ko siya iniisip, although hindi ko lang pinapakita sa mga tao, pero her memory is really in my mind. And, that's the reason why mahilig ako mag-tablescaping, mahilig ako mag-decorate, kasi nanay ko yon. Si mommy yon. Ang nakikita nila, hindi ako. It's my mom because she loves, everything. Gusto niya yung bahay namin talagang, organized, malinis, at saka beautiful. Lahat ng mga gamit gusto niya maganda. So kapag nakikita nila yon, hindi ako yon, Rad. Nanay ko yon, si mommy yun. So she raised me well. And that I'm forever thankful.
So, ang sasabihin mo sa kanya is?
I love you, Mom, and I will see you soon.
So, once again, thank you to everyone. And of course, thank you, Miss Rhea. A friend. Actually, friend ko po talaga siya.
Yes, we're really friends. And I'm excited. Marami kaming plano ni Rad.
Okay, so this is Rich Kid Mindset Podcast. And see you soon.